everyone, and welcome to our show. So we are here today with our two medical students who once joined the exchange programs. So first, let me say thank you. So thank you, you guys, for having your time here with us today and sharing your wonderful journey, your good memories, and your life experiences in abroad. Why don't you guys start with introduce yourself, starting from Hide.
I'm Hidemasa Yonezawa. I'm 6-year student from Gifu University, Japan, and I was studying in Konken University in March for 1 month, and after that I went to Yonsei University in South Korea, and also I stayed in 1 month, and I learned ENT in Thailand, and I learned dermatology in South Korea. My university introduced me to go there, those university. Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Phannawich Poolsawat, or you can just call me as Cartoon. I'm currently a 3rd-year medical student at Konkan University, Thailand. Yeah, clearly. And I did an exchange in Michigan State in a small town called Grand Rapids. So I went there and I lived there for approximately like 5 months. Yeah. And I went there with a scholarship from the United States of America government itself. So it was pretty cool. The program names is Global Undergraduate Exchange Program.
Okay, so I want to start you guys with asking the question, like why do you join this program? What motivates you? And so starting from Pitun, why that it had to be USA?
Well, actually, like I myself, I really like to explore both myself and like new environment. I would like to expose to new people, new cultures. It's just like my nature. And then when I saw this post on Facebook, I think it was from the embassy of USA Bangkok or something, and I was like, well, this is interesting. And now I started to search to do some research about the program itself, and it was like, well, it is 100% scholarships, and I was like, well, let me just give it a try. And then I got selected like from the I think there were like 3 rounds of selections. Yeah. And one thing that I knew is that I have to drop from the school for like a whole year, because like our medical school does not have the summer program in which I could, when as soon as I come back, I can just do it, like study it, and then I can probably keep it up with my friends from the same class. But unfortunately, I just have to drop for 1 year. But compared to what I have acquired from the program, well, I would say that is pretty, it's pretty cool. Like I'm cool with that. It's fine 1 year with the experience that I can get. I'm not gonna complain about it. And why USA, right? Why the United States of America? Well, firstly, America is like the one of the most how should I say this, like famous country for students around the world, and not just students, but like for people who have dream and they want to try to achieve their dream, they would choose to go to America. And yeah, I would say that I am one of them that want to explore the world, especially in the United States of America. So yeah, and also I knew that America has like one of the best like medical studies system in the whole world, and it was like, well, I would say that if everybody stood on my place, they would also choose to go there. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that your decision, like just scrolling in the internet and then you found it, and yeah, you just tried it and you like stop here for 1 year to experience it. I think that it is so cool and it's such an amazing decision, and I believe that it's worth it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So and about Hide, I remember that time we were had a conversation, and you told me that you want to explore more about the world and visit
yeah.
many different countries. And at that time, it was so inspiring for me. So can you tell us again, like why?
Yeah. So at first I chose Thailand, Konkan University. This is because I've never been to those areas. So I'm thinking I wanna go someday. So that's why I chose Thailand. And luckily, my university have a connection to Konkan University. I can apply to Konkan University. So I applied to Konkan University and study ENT. I chose ENT because ENT is one of my favorite department. And after that, I went to Yonsei University that's located in capital city of South Korea. I learned dermatology. I think in Korea, dermatology is more developed. I can learn advanced medicine, and I'm interested in like laser therapy and skin beauty, something like that. That's why I chose dermatology in South Korea.
So like from what I heard, you mostly like choose the field based on your favorite thing, right?
Yeah. I chose my favorite thing, what I'm interested in, because I'm already 6 year. I will have to start working next year, next April, from next April. So I have to choose my specialty.
And do you like it?
Yeah. But I'm now wondering which one I should choose, ENT or dermatology, but I haven't decided yet.
Okay, so hope we can decide soon.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So I'm asking Hide. So from your exchange experiences and you are like working in a hospital, so what do you learn from that experience?
Of course, I learn medicine in the hospital. That means in Japan, I always learn medicine only in Japanese. In Thailand, you learn medicine in English, but I don't have much opportunity to learn medicine in English. So at first, I was thinking I'd like to have more chance to study in English. So that was my good experience. If regarding culture, I always live in Japan, and most of them have the similar background. Like all people is completely 100% Japanese. I don't know about other countries' culture. I want to learn more about everything other than medicine. So I'd like to talk to people from other countries. I want to learn more the background of the people. I think at first my perspective is very narrow because I'm staying Japan for a long time. But after that, I think now my perspective is wider. I think it's a good point.
Yeah, it is. So okay, so what you learn is first thing you learn English, right?
Yeah, English. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that you told us like even a medical term, it is also in Japanese. So it is a bit
Yeah.
challenging for you
Everything.
when you are here.
Yeah. As I said, everything is in Japanese. So at first you told me about. I remember that you told me about parasite.
Yeah.
But at first I didn't understand the meaning, but
Oh.
yeah, it's not good because I have to, of course, I have to read article in English, but I don't know much the medical term, so it's very inconvenient for me. So it's a
I
good
also
experience.
remember that you shown us your Japanese thing about muscle, right?
Japanese single muscle.
Yeah, you Japanese word.
Yeah. So yeah, I was talking about muscle training, but I couldn't explain the name of muscle because I remember all of them in Japanese language. So
yeah.
Yeah.
And like you told us that your perspective is wider, right? Can you tell us like some example?
Example. Okay. So of course, I talk to many Thai people. I also have a chance to talk to other exchange students. Some of them are from Brazil and others are from Norway. And I talked to those people, and also I went many places except for Konkan.
Okay. So you are not only work, but you also travel to other city in Thailand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about Pitun?
People.
Oh, Pitun. What about
Yeah.
Pitun? What have you
Okay.
learned so far?
So I would say that I kind of completely agree with what Hide just said, because like, when I think in Thailand and in Japan, we probably share the system of how we study. Like, for example, in our medical schools, there would be only like Thai people, or in your country, it would be like only Japanese or Nihongo, right? And yeah, but when first I have to explain this. So in order to become a doctor in the States, in USA, you have to first you have to get your bachelor degree first. And then after that, you can get into the medical school. So when I did an exchange, I attended some classes of biomedical science. So basically, it's just like to study some knowledge, some courses about like our preclinical area classes. Yeah. Yeah. And what I noticed is that since English is like the medium, like every country is like, people when they go abroad, they have to use English as to communicate with other people from that do not speak the same languages as you, right? And in my class, there were like people from Germany, from Italy, from Japan, Korea, just all over the place. It's just like the simulation of the whole world in the small class. And this diversity made me go crazy a bit, because, well, even though they were from many different places, one thing that they share, one thing that they have the same, is that they are all so passionate, so inspired to become a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Like in our countries, people who have good grades when they were in high school, or they just like, they study mathematics and science, their parents probably would say things like, well, you should become a doctor. How about that? And then, which is why in our faculties, in our medical school, there are some people that have other potential, but they have to study here. But instead, in the United States of America, there's a thing like, freedom and all.
Yes.
So people try to pursue what they really want to be, what they really want to do. And I was so fascinated by that. I was also motivated by that too. And I really like that aspect. And also Hide said that he went to other cities around, right? So I did too. Even though I studied in Michigan, I also went to New York. Look at this.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I also went to Detroit, and I can see I saw some of homeless people, and also some abandoned buildings. It's all about economic stuff. I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, it's always great to know more about the world, even though I know we all have internet today, but when you experience it, first-hand experience, they're completely different. It's not just like you know it, but now you understand it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And also I got to make friends with so many people. Like my we had like 5 people. One was from Mexico, one was from Japan, one was from Taiwan, and one was from Switzerland. And it was so cool. Like, you even though you have different mother tongue languages, you speak only using English, but you can still, joking around just like friends, what friends should do. So, and one thing I learned about that is that even though your English is probably not as strong as the other, but when you become friends, these boundaries doesn't really exist. Like, doesn't really exist at all. And imagine if the whole world can better their understanding with each other, there wouldn't even be a war, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that's a really good point. Like, I think that when you found some kind of motivation from it, it is such a powerful thing. Like, more than just like going there, but yeah, I totally agree with your point that they all have such a great motivation compared to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that sounds like there are lots of like diversity. So like the student who go there, is it like a normal thing that they have like such a many countries in the class?
Um, I'm not gonna say that I know about the other universities, but from which the university that I went to, the Grand Valley State University, well, they really encourage the university, like the school itself, to accept more and more international students like every year. And it's just not like doing a short exchange, but for example, like me, like I went there for like 5 months, and yeah, everything was fine. It was pretty cool. And
That's so good.
yeah, I hope our university would do it like that too. It would
Oh
be,
yeah.
yeah,
So I'll email the teacher tonight.
let's do it.
Okay. So I'm asking Pitun, okay. So after you return home countries, how did it make you feel different or change after the exchange?
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, but like my first feeling about that, about Thailand, is that why is everything so damn cheap? Like, um, when I was in America, if I want to get like a cup of coffee,
Mm.
it's probably gonna cost me like 200 baht or something up, and it is just a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
And the sandwich, it was like, I don't know, like 300 baht. That's crazy. So I was so joyful when I came back to Thailand because everything looks so cheap in my eyes. And okay, now let's talk about something more important. How about that?
Okay.
So I think I appreciate Thailand more than I went to. No, how to say it? When because I was born here and I live here my whole life, so everything looks so normal to me. But when I go and experience it, if that I got submerged into their cultures, and when I came back, now I can notice like how like little good things Thailand have, and I really like that feeling. But I also see some of the disadvantage about Thailand, like how people like I just say that people are not really have the purpose in their life. They're just like, well, it just that I have to do this because people say so. Yeah. So, there are pros and cons, but these are my points.
Sometimes when I found it in the internet and the students there in US, I feel like they have more freedom than us. And yeah, I really like love that kind of things. And sometimes I also get my motivation to study from them as well. Yeah, and I also experienced the same feeling as you. Like when I never been to the exchange program before, but when I travel to the other countries and when I come back home in Thailand, like at first before I go there, I feel like everything is so normal to me because like I've lived here, I've born here, grown up here. But when I come back to my own country, I feel like I feel with love more. Even though sometimes our home country has something that's feel like
Debatable. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'm love my country so much. And when when I found something that like you say that our students have some less motivated, I want to change our hometown to be a better place more after joining the exchange, like after travel to other places in the world.
Mhm.
So, what about you, Hide? So after you go back to Japan, yeah.
Yeah. So I totally agree with the opinion of yours. So before studying abroad, I didn't notice some point and bad point in Japan, but after coming back, I noticed that Japanese city is very clean. Yeah,
Yeah.
but compared to Thailand and South Korea, but I think I knew that Japanese people is conservative compared to other countries' people. I noticed that we are more conservative than I expected. Most of us are not willing to go outside, like studying other countries. We rarely use English in our daily life, even in the school. I think I get more sociable, something like that, I think.
I've also been to Japan as well, like as a tourist, but after I came back to Thailand, I have a lot to learn from them, even though I just been there for just 1 week. Like all their manner or their lots of things in their society, yeah, it make me like want to improve myself more.
Yeah, but I think Japan also have a bad point, like very conservative, and yeah, of course, Japanese people also have to learn from Thai people.
Oh,
Yeah, I think so.
okay. So, next question. If you guys have a chance, will you go to the exchange again and why? So, who want to go first?
Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
The answer is, of course, like even though doing exchange can bring some downsides, maybe like you're probably gonna just like me lost a year in Thailand. But oh, and also homesick, you also have to consider about that as well. Because some people they have never, go outside or leave their home for a long time. And there's this kind of emotional things that could happen to you. But I would say that that's the exact reason that why you should go to the exchange program. You should go and do it because by that you can develop your immunity. You can explore more about the world, right? As people say, the more you know about other, the more you know about yourself. I would say that this logic can, completely apply to um, the whole world as well. The more you know about other countries, now you would know exactly what is your country's strengths and weakness, and you can be a vital part to improve that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like with what you just said, and I think that it is not only impact our outside world, like it is also impact our inner self as well. I think that the more we travel, the more and meeting new people and people from like completely different backgrounds, we get to know ourselves more and know what we want to do in the future more. I think that's also a good part. So what about you, Hide? If you have a chance, will you go there again and why?
I think I definitely want to study abroad because I can explain what I cannot explain in my country. It's very stimulating for me to know more about myself and other people. But I'm already 6 years, and I think I cannot study abroad as a student. But I think I have some chance to study in other countries as a doctor. And if I have a chance, I definitely want to go in other countries.
So like you want to go again, but as a different time, like as you were a doctor or something, right?
Yeah. But I think the COVID is almost finished, and you
Yeah.
should study in other countries if I have chance. Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree with you that if we have chance and time, we still have chance and time in our life, so we have to travel more and experience our life more. Yeah, I think that's a good point. So before we end our show, so I want you guys to share your happy moments that you have found between your exchange period. It can be just a simple small thing to a big thing. Okay, so starting from Pitun.
Okay, like I have so many happy moments and also sad moments because I stay there for quite a while. Let me tell you about this. It's just like one random thing that happened to me. So, okay, look at my hand. Like this is where Michigan is, and this is where Illinois is. And there's a small but so popular city in Illinois called Chicago. Have you guys heard about Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, the beanie thing. Yeah. But since traveling in the States is so damn expensive, me and my friends cannot achieve to stay in a hotel, like a proper hotel. So we decided that, well, let's just get to some hostel. And the room that I stay in, it was like 4 share bed. So yeah. You just pay for the bed. So me and my friend, my Spanish friend, his name is Nicholas. We bought like 2 beds. And then I think that night there was this one night when it was around 11 p.m. and nobody has come to our room yet. So we just invite 2 other girls because like male and females, they have to stay separately. So we just invite them and we throw a little party of ourselves. And when it turns to 12 p.m., somebody just knocked the door. And I was like, oh God, is there really somebody's coming? So we opened the door and it was one Indian guy. He was just like, I stay here tonight. So we were like, oh, we probably have to end our party now. And the Indian guy was like, no, I'm just gonna join you guys. Yeah, it was so damn random. Like we have never known each other before, and then we drank a bit with each other, and then I think it's around like 2 a.m. in the morning. We just go back to our room, and like me, Nicholas, and that Indian guy, we decided to do a little walk around the hostel, around the area, and there were like 2 bartenders who just quit, not quit, but like their job has just done, and they were trying to get back to their home. They was like they were like, well, do you guys want to do some shots? Because they sneak some bottles back to their house, and they just give us some alcohol for free.
Free.
So
Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
and everything in America is like being blessed, yeah, because everything was so expensive, especially alcohol.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was so right now it's just like a little happy moment. And another thing, which is a bit more important, is that sometimes you got to listen to your heart, and I did, obviously, and sometimes it's gonna return you something even more precious than you ever thought about. And there would be so many things that would happen to you, something good, something bad, something happy, something probably sad or even terrible, but that's life. You got to experience them all because you got to find your limit. Right? If you never go and find it, you will never know how far your potential can bring you to. And these are my moments.
Well, I really like your answer. I think that your answer can like become a quote in the books or something. It is so good. It's so cool.
ขอบคุณครับ
ไม่เป็นไรค่ะ so what about Hide?
So I will talk about good memories. One good memory. So when I went to Phuket, I arrived in Phuket late at night. Like I think 11 p.m. or something. I use Grab to from airport to my hotel, and I checked in the hotel. After that, I'm not sure, but I lost my passport. I noticed it when I went in my room. I went in my room and I checked my baggage, and there are no passport. And I was in despair. Oh my God! I can't go back to Konkan and Japan. And oh,
I'm
but
gonna stay here.
yeah. But I was very exhausted at that time, so I can't do anything, and I go to sleep that night. And this morning I woke up and I went to the front desk and asked someone if someone have my passport, and fortunately someone picked my passport up, and my passport was on the desk, and luckily I can find my passport. So I think there are some kind people in Phuket and picked my passport, and yeah. I think
Yeah.
It sounds exciting. Sounds so exciting.
Oh, I wish I could be that climb like you in that kind of situation.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
let you sleep and then the next morning you just go down and ask.
But yeah, lucky. Yeah, and I think at that time I think Thai people is very kind. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that when we go aboard and then we just lost something or like found like something terrible, miserable, and when there are some strangers in that countries, they are kind and like give us a hand and help us. I think it is such a good memory for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the last question, for today, I want you guys to like tell the students or anyone who are interested or still hesitate whether they should take a chance to join the exchange program. Yeah. So again, from Pitun.
Yeah, well, just like I say, if you can see the opportunity and if the situation, if your situation is convenient for you to do an exchange, I would encourage you to not to hesitate at all. Because I mean, it depends. But you have to listen to your heart, right? If your heart really want to do it, just do it. Because we only live once. YOLO, right? Yeah, and just as I said about your potential, even though you might be studying in medical school, you are you want to be a future doctor, but nobody would stop you from exploring some other fields. For example, acting class, or maybe painting, or maybe writing some songs or learning new languages. Just do it, right? Because you got to find your limit, and when you find your limit, now you got to push through it so that your limit can go even higher, and you would be, I don't know, imagine how far you can go, right?
Yeah, we only live once. Okay. Also, so thank you so much for sharing like your thoughts and perspective with us. And how about Hide?
Yeah, I agree with that point, with the opinion of if you have some chance to study in other countries, you should use this opportunity. I think there are a few opportunities to study in other countries. So I think it's a precious time. And I'm not good at speaking English, but I can live in Thailand and in South Korea 1 month each, because I try to speak, I try to understand other people. And I think if you make an effort to adjust in other countries, other environment, I think you can do anything. At that time, when I was in other countries, I have had a lot of difficulty, like language barrier. I don't understand Thai language, Korean language at all, but I can manage to overcome the difficulties. I think you can do anything if you want. So don't hesitate to try anything.
Yeah, I really appreciate your point that like you cannot speak that language, but you still try to overcome it. Like you told us that from in Japan, it is quite conservative. People don't go to the exchange much. Can you share with us like when you do you have a fear or worry about doing this thing?
Yeah. At first, I have some worries, but I think I cannot live without any support. For example, in Thailand, at first I use convenience store frequently at night, but 1 week later or something, I made more friends, and some of my friends took me to some other place like having dinner or going shopping. But I think most of the people are kind to like exchange student. So I think if you have some courage to talk to other people, everyone will help you. And when I was in Korea, I always use the same restaurant at night because I don't speak Korean, but the restaurant staff kindly gave me rice for free. I'm not Korean. She worried about worried that I'm eating a lot or not. So yeah, she's very kind. She was very kind to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is also my good memory in Korea. Yeah.
It is. Okay, so I came up with a few questions more. So when you face the challenging things, like from the language barrier, what is the thing that you tell yourself in that situation? So I'm asking you both.
Yeah. So like, so at first, I don't understand medical even in medical terms in English. So at first, I joined the clinical clerkship in Thailand. I don't understand any lecture when I went home. I study a lot. I think it's kind of confidence for me to study a lot, study medicine, study English, and study some Thai language. Yeah, of course, you should not forget to study harder, make effort. I think that leads to your confidence.
Yeah, I agree. When we put more effort to it, and it can make us become more confident.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so let's hear from Pitu.
Yeah, so of course I have the language barriers because obviously English is not my first language. But then apart from effort that you have to put in, like it is a must. If you just stay there, you give up, you're just like, it's too hard, I cannot understand any of them. Well, you're not gonna develop. And also one thing that you got to know is that our nature of being a human is that we can absorb the thing. So just don't be scared. You just have to go out there. You just have to push yourself. And then you will notice that your ability, like your natural ability, you will get to overcome it, just like what Hide say.
So don't be scared and go for it, right?
Yeah, just go for it.
Go for
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay. And last question. So, because you guys said that like our life is short or something like that, so we have to do something, we have to go for it. So, what makes you decide or when is the next right thing for you guys to start doing things? So, who want to go first?
Well, okay, I wouldn't say that there's such a thing like right or wrong decision. it depends, like it really depends. But one thing that you can consider before you decide to do something is that there's a thing called opportunity cost. Like you probably can draw out like a table and then you can compare. If you do it this way, what would you get or what would you lose? And if you do it this way, what would be the difference? And now you can, after you picturize the idea, the concepts itself, now I think it would be easier for you to decide whether which way would be better for you to choose.
I see. Okay, so thanks for the advice. Okay, so what about Hide?
I think we can compare the alternatives because we can choose only one. But I always think that every time I have to choose one alternative, I kept in mind that I don't wanna regret. Time flies and
Like do something that you will regret later.
yeah.
Okay, that's all for our Q&A things. Thank you guys again so much for coming here. I know like you kind of busy with your study and stuff because Vitun is in year 3 and Hide also in the clinical year, but you guys still here and talking like about things. So I really grateful. I'm so appreciate it so much. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.